Welcome to Beholder's Eye, a 5th edition Dungeons & Dragons epic fantasy adventure. My name is Alex, and I'll be your host and Dungeon Master. On the Great Isle, it is a time of religious wars, imperial domination, and an ancient evil reborn. Only one crew can save the world from utter destruction. They are
Maugraine Silverbeard, Paladin of St. Eligius.
Zalara Tremez, Wandering Elven Monk.
Magnar Skullgrim, Goliath Sorcerer.
Hibonite, the fire-kindled, wandering flamosopher.
All right, who wants to tell us what happened last time?
So last time, let's see, a lot happened last time. Hibonite and Magnar decided to go get Vadhava some venison in order to feed the newly, the new mother. And they encountered tentacle monsters in the hallway, and that was pretty interesting. They almost died, they got very close. They did succeed though. They killed the tentacle monsters, and they proceeded downstairs to where they heard the sounds of almost like a banquet going on down there, and Hibonite kind of snuck into the banquet, and it was filled with basically people with two big mouths with two small teeth and two big eyes, and very similar to what we saw all the way back in like episode 4 with the courtroom. And they said a lot of very interesting things. We weren't quite sure what was going on, but Hibonite completed his mission. He got the venison for Vadhava, and in the process of doing so now believes he is Theos himself, so that's nice. They returned with venison, and we decided that since the thing had been killed in the hallway, that we would, we healed her up, and that we would all attempt to leave and get to Durnholm. And we successfully did that through no help from Maugraine. He tried to convince, his, other church members to not kill us, and it did not go his way, but we successfully got out the door. And then Hibonite convinced the giant that no, we're not trying to get back in the castle, we are leaving now, and he did not kill us. So yeah, and we ended it with us getting to Durnholm safe and sound.
And Maugraine figured something out too.
Oh, and Maugraine figured out that Vadhava is probably cursed. And we need to go see a more powerful priest because Maugraine can't help her.
Okay.
So sad. Yeah. Can't help anybody, guys. We just gotta live with that.
So, all right. You guys start. We'll start you. We'll say the morning after you've arrived. Everybody's back in Maugraine's house, sitting down for quite a big breakfast. They have you all served. Of course, Magnar's sitting on the ground and still towering over everybody.
Tordred, it's so good to see you again.
Oh, you too, my dear. It's so good to see my little boy back home as well. It's a glorious day, and I'm just so happy that you're all here, and we get to have a good day together. So now that you've moved back home, we might need to build on an extension to the house. I've been talking with your father about that, Maugraine, and we'll see what we can do. Obviously with the little one, the very big little one. I can't believe I was talking with this lovely elf lady yesterday. And I'm sorry, is that derogatory? Should I call you an elf lady? I'm not sure. But I was speaking with her, and this baby was a month early. And look how big it's almost as big as you are, Maugraine.
Yeah. I'm not moving back quite yet, Mother.
You're not what?
Yeah, we'll probably be heading back out on the road pretty soon.
Oh, you can't do that. No. You just got here. I haven't seen you in years.
Do you remember me?
Oh, yes. You were, Maugraine's, I don't know, betrothed?
Friend.
Is that right? Friend?
Yes.
We're friends, Mother, and the child isn't mine. It's the other elf woman that came with us yesterday, remember?
That is right. Yes.
Okay. Yeah, and I was here, not even 2 weeks ago, remember? We went out, and we've returned, checked back in on our way back.
I think I would remember that if that were the case.
It's back when I was wanted for murder.
Ah, I do remember you. Yes, and of course the very tall man as well.
Yes, yes.
Good to see
yes,
you again.
Mother.
Yes, it's nice to see you also. Margaret. There was a package that came for you while you were out.
A package?
Yes, a package that came for you.
Excellent. Who's it from?
I don't know, but it has this beautiful blue rose on it. You see that?
Oh,
Wow.
And she hands you a box.
Okay. And Margaret will open it right there because he's not super familiar with this whole blue rose thing. Everybody else is a little bit more familiar than him. Yeah,
Well, we talked about it though, right?
we talked about it, yeah, but
Yeah.
he's not familiar. Just
Yeah,
like,
right.
oh, that's a thing.
Yeah.
yeah, he'll open it.
All right. You open it up, and inside is a dead vole. Its back broken, and a
A
note
dead
that's
what?
vole. It's like a rodent.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
And there's a note that says, "You have no influence in the church anymore. Your promise is considered broken. Beware."
Huh. Okay.
That doesn't look good, Margarine. What does the note say?
It says I don't have any influence in the church anymore. And
Well, that seems strange.
I think it's from Madame Granite. It says
I'm sure
how
you.
does she know?
it's about the deal I made with her.
You never told us about the deal, did you?
Nope.
You did not.
He had a secret meeting and that was
He
it.
did not.
That's right. What was that?
She had asked me to use my influence in the church. You know how there's that conclave coming up later in the year? About what to do with spellcasters.
Yeah?
Her interests were aligned with the church regulating everybody. And in order for her to help us so that, my two friends wouldn't die, I needed to make sure that happened.
What?
How do you guys? Yeah.
And
I know we agreed to do what she asked, but you see how that went up in the castle.
well, we had already agreed that no matter what she would ask, we would do, and I thought I had more time. But as you see, that's not a problem anymore, as I no longer have any sway in the church.
I'm sure you and your good friend Theos can get your influence back.
You are a paladin of Saint Eligius.
Yeah, I'm a paladin of Saint Eligius. That's what I am.
And we're so proud of you for it.
Thanks, Mom. You're the best.
Is Morgraine there?
Morgraine is not there. He's
Okay.
out on business.
So, I think we should, or maybe you should, go take Vadhava to the church and see if there's a priest there that can help her out with her condition, Zalara.
Oh,
What,
yes.
Just me?
Or all three of you? I don't know.
What? Why wouldn't you come with us? It's your church.
I'm not sure they want me there anymore. If word has already made it to Madame Granite, then, I don't know.
Help me out, guys. I don't know what to do.
What if Zalara and Magnar take her? Me and you have a little catch up.
Sure, that sounds good. You and I will, we'll catch up. We don't get to talk very much anymore.
And I'll message to Zalara. We'll meet you there.
Okay.
Somehow. We'll convince him somehow.
Okay. Is
gonna go well.
Vadhava awake?
Yeah, she's down there eating with everyone, so she'll say, yes, it'll feel good to be inside of the Church of Theos again, an actual temple. I do have some praying to do, so that sounds wonderful, and I would like to officially dedicate my baby while I'm there.
Oh, that sounds lovely.
Yes.
Let's go do that.
All right. So she'll go with you guys, and you'll go to the temple. All right. So while you are making your way there, Hibonite, what did you want to talk about with Matt?
Okay, so have we got a room to ourselves?
Sure, I'll follow you anywhere.
That sounds like a bad idea. So sit you down. Back when we were at the castle and you got your gift of your armor from your god, and I said I didn't see anything.
Yeah.
And my heart glows a little bit weirdly every now and then.
Yeah.
I want to try and channel my power if I can a little bit, Alex, to make it glow.
Okay, yeah,
Just thematically.
yeah, no problem.
I didn't see nothing.
Okay.
My heart was ripped out of my chest and replaced with a heart of flames, and I get some new abilities every now and then. But and
You and
When I
Magnar
was-
definitely
Fun
had
game, y'all.
very different experiences to me at the castle.
oh, it wasn't a bad. Well, it was a weird experience, but it wasn't bad. It was a nice night with Nyx, and then a little bit of a less sleepful night afterwards. Not for the good reasons, but I showed you that ruin the morning after.
Yeah.
That's sort of tied to my people not being able to get to the afterlife and me being their only hope to save them. And, well, you don't have no influence or anything. You do change people. You have had some impact. I do things very differently now. I think of how the group will react to my actions. You've reforged me, in a way. And that's not a small impact. I'm not just a fool who travels. I'm the next in line to run my clan. We met the lovely lady Sophie. She comes from a different tribe of my people. I've got to travel to their city at some point, which is going to be interesting because I don't know how to react to them at all. And she loved me. Everyone does. But yeah, I just thought I should probably open up to you guys a little bit more. You've been doubting yourself all the time. You've had an impact. Your name will have an impact in life. It's just you've lost your way in Theos a little bit, but he is watching you and opening up to you a bit.
I've definitely had an impact, Hibonite. I don't know if it's the right one.
None of us know. None of us but the mighty powers that be and their silent judgment of our actions.
Yeah, but
But,
things are different now, Hibonite. I pray and I don't feel him anymore. There's something there, but it feels different.
Oh, he's always in your presence. But well, the place we're taking Magnar's wife and child to is very different to what you've seen before. It's my people's tribe. It's not a small thing for me to take you guys there, and I don't really know how it's going to go because pilgrimage is meant to be when you return, you don't go back. But I need to go back out. But we'll get to that when we get there. So I just want you. I would get out the book of Theos that I borrowed from a library quite far away ago. But I've read this a few times. You followed your teachings. You do the right thing. It just seems the rest of the church is a bunch of dicks. So, yeah. You need to stop thinking that you're the one at fault. And maybe the road to reforging isn't as instantaneous, but it's a long road. And you've got to believe your actions are the right thing. And that in the long run, you'll reforge people. You may not see the reforging, but your presence alone will have an effect on their future. And the strongest power of your reforging is your faith. Your unwavering loyalty to your saint and your god.
I hear that, Hibonite. I do. I don't think there's anything that I can say that would make you understand what I'm going through right now. I am a paladin of Saint Eligius. That's what I need to be. And if I'm not that, I don't know what I am.
Oh, and another question is, if you question your place as a paladin, but if your saint questioned your place, would you still have your magical armor that he gave you personally, that you forged with him? The ultimate symbol of your faith is the fact that your armor is still on your back. You're still protected by your saint's hand.
Margarine's not gonna say anything to that, but his face definitely kind of softens a little bit, like he's thinking,
Maybe.
All right, I will. Hibonite Ryan gets another inspiration for that. That was awesome. That was really good.
Aww.
Wow.
What a
I have some-
bromance. I love it.
I have a few
All right,
religious
we
friends
will-
I've had that talk before.
We will cut to you guys make it to, you see Canton, the dwarf cleric of St. Eligius is there, and the church. He sees you all, and I do not remember his voice. So, hello, welcome. Welcome. It's good to see you again. What can I do for you? And then he sees Vadhava and they greet each other as two members of the faith would. And so what she tells him about the child and wanting to, everything she's there to do. And she goes off to pray. Where's Margraine at?
Margraine, he encountered members of, what's the saint? Crowley, up in the mountain. That is where we met Vadhava. And, can I, whisper or be far enough away that she can't hear me?
Sure. I mean, I would imagine she went up to, the front altar while you guys are toward the back of the church, so.
Okay. So speaking hopefully quietly enough that she can't really hear me, we think she's been cursed. She has false memories. Magnar is her husband, as far as we know. I mean, if you look at the baby, holy buckets. It's gigantic, right? It has to be Magnar's.
That would make the most sense.
And she has a whole story about how she met this human bard. And I don't care how big the human is, there ain't no way that baby is coming from a human and an elf. So, on the way here, Margraine, who's having some serious issues after being up in the mountains with these people who we believe cursed this woman, he thinks that she's been cursed and that perhaps somebody who can do some kind of restoration, maybe, could help her. Could you, or do you know of anybody who can?
I think I would be able to do that. So now we would require a small donation of 250 gold for something at that level.
I pulled out my whole bag of 83 gold.
How much do I have left? I have 92. I can 83 plus 92. That's not nearly enough.
No.
I can make up the difference when I get there.
I know, I more than have enough, yeah.
Okay. How much? 84 plus 93? What is that? I can't
177.
add.
Yeah.
177. We have 177 here now. I can get more for you, for sure. If you could please help this woman.
Well, yes, we'll be able to, I think we'll be able to do that. Is Margraine coming?
Yes, he needed to talk to somebody first. Hopefully they'll be here soon.
Okay. Well, all right. When he shows up, we can give a discount from church as well. She isn't a member of the church, so a flat 200 wouldn't be a problem. So I'll go ahead and make sure that this voluntary donation gets placed into the church coffers. And so he takes your money, and then he goes over to Vadhava, looks at her. They talk. You guys can't quite hear what she's saying, and he's saying, and then he puts his hands on her head and casts a spell, and you two arrive as this is happening. You see the spell being cast, and then she just kind of sinks, and there are tears in her eyes, and she comes up to Magnar and says, I am so sorry for the way I treated you. It's like I've lived two lives, and I have two sets of memories in my head, and I don't know. I know what's real, and that's that night when Feldor and I fought, and then you and I spent the night together. I do remember that. I do remember we weren't with the Church of St. Crowley, and I remember them attacking us, and I know you didn't do that. But Magnar, I'm sorry, we were never officially married. You do know that, right? We just spent one night together.
Can I try to remember that?
Yeah, go ahead and give me a, let's see, something like that. We'll go ahead and say it's a wisdom check.
Okay.
I'm going to do, since she's telling you this, you don't want to believe it, it's going to be a DC 10. So wisdom save.
Nat 20.
All right.
Wow.
So we cut to... No, we cut to a camp late at night. We cut to Magnar laying in a tent, sleeping. He can hear two people fighting, yelling at each other. There's the flap on his tent comes open. Vadhava's standing there, quite liquored up. Obviously, she's been crying. And she says, "Do you have a moment to talk?" She comes to you. The two of you spent the night together, and as a member of the religion of Ulfr, a man who worships the wolf, is sort of a living embodiment of the wolf. Of course, wolves only mate for life. So, in your mind, you were married, and then you're back.
Oh, Alex.
And you remember clearly. She says that, you recall that. She's standing there. She says, "We have this child now, and I would be more than willing to see what happens with us and see where the future takes us. Fairly lost right now. I don't know where to go, but..." She looks at her daughter and says, "She gives me some purpose, and I love her with all my heart. I made her with you, so maybe together we can figure something out."
I would like that very much. I don't know where this road will go, but I think we can find a way.
I'd like that as well. So over to Margraine, Canton comes up to you. Margraine,
Yes.
do you have a moment?
Yeah, for you, of course.
So, we've heard something disturbing that you had attacked a high-ranking Mother Caldona of the Order of St. Crowley. Is that correct?
Yeah, it's correct.
All right. Look, you're probably going to need to head back to Kringle Falls and speak with the Archbishop. They'll want to hear your side of the story. There is some concern there. Obviously, I'm assuming it was in some sort of self-defense. I can't imagine a member of our order acting in such a way.
Yeah.
Okay, it
A lot
was?
of things happened up there.
Okay. Well, yes, you'll need to speak with the Archbishop and probably Elaine as well, just to get your side of the story. Of course, you're of our order. We have your back as well, but we will need to discuss that and see if there needs to be some kind of tribunal or something within the church. But just know, brother, that we support you.
Thank you. That means a lot. Yeah, I appreciate that. Yeah, a lot of things happened up in the mountains.
Well, if it's not me, find another brother or sister to speak with who might be able to help you with this. I can tell that you're torn inside. The other thing I will say, are you familiar with the name Murat Hall?
Yes, very.
Okay, so you know he's a warlord of some kind. The name, a lot of our members of the church are letting us know that he is attacking many different settlements out on the western frontier.
Okay.
Is there, specifically from a paladin named Dunsmuir out of Tuck's Edge, he says that they've had to take in many of the druids out in the wilderness and protect them. And they're trying to set up a fort. We're looking and talking about sending some paladins out there. But just so you know the situation right now, we're looking at possible civil war. The Red Hands have also become very popular out on the western frontier in Effawich.
The Red Hand are still active?
Yes, as far as I know.
Okay.
So
Information that you'll need on Murat Hall and his followers. The demons with the red skin, and they tend to pop up around him. All of them are people, just regular people. I don't know what's come over all of them. We encountered some in a town outside of Castle Delacroix. And they got regular men and women and changed them into things just like them. So I don't know. I've killed a couple, but I think that they're just men and women on the inside. I don't know if there's any changing them or any saving them, but
brother,
if anybody is,
anybody
it's
can
us.
be reforged.
Yes, anybody can be reforged.
All right. So, what's the plan, guys? What are you doing?
Does he ask any of us for the money?
Yeah, he asked for the money.
I will give him the money and then clap his hands afterwards, and he does great work in the name of Theos, and Theos is watching him.
Thank you.
And
Thank you. I do appreciate
not to worry about Margarine. Theos walks beside him.
You're so creepy, Hibonite.
How much money
No idea what
was
you mean.
left?
22,
22?
I
Okay.
think.
23, I
100
think.
So I lose
And-
22.
And before we go, from at least the church, Margarine will go over to the altar and he's gonna pray again, because he needs that. I don't know. Yeah.
All right.
Okay.
And for the first time in, I guess, about a week, you feel connected again. You feel some warmth.
Okay. Got it. Yep, he's good.
Okay. So, what?
Yay.
Where are you guys off to? What's the plan at this point?
Does this place have a teleportation circle that goes like to Kringle Falls or that sort of
It's
direction?
funny. It does not.
Damn. Worth a shot.
Kringle
Modern
Falls.
transport routes? Blimp? Airship? Coach?
Nope.
I-
You're gonna have to just travel.
I'm
Okay.
gonna say this to Ryan and not Hibonite. You know,
Oh.
there's somebody here who still has maybe information for you about Cavalian's key.
Oh, right. We didn't know that.
Margarine's mom traveled with Cavalian.
But did he know that?
I don't know. Did
I
did
think so.
Hibonite know that?
Well, that we talked about that after they came back to
Yeah,
the house.
because Zalara talked to them
Okay.
about
the morning
Margarine's
Uh-huh.
thing, right? That's how she found out about it. She told Hibonite and Magnar about how Margarine came into the picture, right?
Yep.
That Margarine's mom was traveling with a man named Cavalian. So
That's right. Yeah.
yeah, whether or not Hibonite would remember that, you know. put
I'm
those
pretty
two
sure it's in my
together.
notes. I just don't remember Cavalian's key. Or
Just the
Right?
name Cavalian, though.
So
I don't remember any of that in relation to Hibonite.
That's what
Castrax.
Castrax told you about.
Oh, that.
To unlock the
way back.
gates.
Oh, yeah, I made a note of that earlier, but
Okay,
my memory is terrible. So let's go back to the house to ask the mum questions.
Okay.
Because,
You
I remembered.
to talk to her.
It was Cavalian, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Cavalian.
I have terrible memory for names.
Margarine's the only one who wasn't privy to that conversation. That's why I was talking to Ryan.
I got you.
Ryan just has a shit memory and doesn't read his own notes because he can't read his handwriting half the time.
All right, so you guys make it back to the Silverbeard family home, and yeah, if you want to speak with Tordred.
Mrs. Silverbeard, 'cause I can't remember her first name.
Yeah,
Last time we were here, you said you travelled with a man named Cavalian.
that's right. The Sorcerer of the West.
Did he have a special key at all that you might remember seeing, or he gave you maybe, if I'm lucky?
No. I do remember he had this amulet he wore around his neck, and he would look at it, and it would kind of show us the way when we were trying to find that gate down south in Soulgreen.
Oh, sorry, making notes.
So yeah, he would consult that every day, and we would set on a new course, and eventually it did lead us down there to the gate. Of course, that's when he disappeared into the gate, and the two elves didn't do so well, and obviously that poor halfling couple.
So it never came out of the gate?
Not that I know of.
Where was the gate? Could you remind me?
It's down in Soulgreen. It's
Down in Soulgreen.
it's near the Black Sea down there.
Well, our travels may take us in that direction. Do you remember much of the gate and its area? Any dangers we should probably know about?
Yeah, there are many dangers down there for sure. Well, around that area, there was. Yes, I do remember. There was this dragon that would fly around, and it seemed to come out of the water, and it would patrol the land, and we had to avoid that when we got into the gate. And you would want to look for the rock that looks like a bear, but you could just ask Cavalian himself.
Oh,
Margarine's siblings are traveling with him. He's out there selling that new plant.
That's right, I remember you saying about them travelling with the Great Wizard.
Yes.
What region are they travelling again, sorry?
Right now, they're traveling through Theomir itself. They should be down near Kalendor at this point, as far as I know.
Okay. as always, thank you very much, Mrs. Silverbeard. No,
Oh, my
grab her
pleasure.
hand, and I'm sure Theos is watching over you and is thankful for this information.
I'm sure he is as well. He is blessed. Look at my house. He's blessed me. Look at him over there. My child, my firstborn, blessed me with that cute little face as well.
Your little one is a great follower of Theos, and Theos walks in his presence all the time and watches his shoulder, watches over his shoulder, looks after his back, values his advice.
Oh, that's lovely to hear.
More tea?
Oh, yes, that'd be fabulous. Thank you.
Just sit there having a chat about it. Margraine's embarrassing stories of childhood over tea.
We're
So
all
you get-
sitting around for this, right? We're just sitting having tea
As
or
far as
something.
yeah, that's what I figured.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you guys sit around and just kind of enjoy spending time here. What's the next step for you?
If we're heading out right before we head out, Margraine's gonna talk to his mom
Mhm.
a little bit, and just okay, we're heading out again, Mom.
Oh,
Yeah,
breaks my heart every time you leave.
I know, but sometimes you gotta go to find yourself. I love you, Mom.
Aw.
Yeah.
She like hugs you preemptively.
And no matter what happens, I always try to be the best dwarf I can be.
Of course, you're an amazing dwarf. Look at your big, strong arms.
Of course. Yeah. Yeah. But that's all I wanted to say. In case things come back to you and Father, I tried.
Margarine, what are you talking about?
I don't think I'm gonna be a paladin anymore.
Why not?
We made some mistakes in the mountains, and I think I made some wrong decisions, and I don't know if they're gonna be the understanding about that. But yeah, I just wanted you to know that I'm trying. I'm gonna be the best dwarf. I'm gonna be everything that I need to be. Yeah, and he'll kind of give her a hug and just kind of.
And she says, now listen here, mister. I raised you to be a good, strong dwarf, right?
Yes.
So stop feeling sorry for yourself. Whatever happened out there. All right? And I'm sure you did the right thing and it was for the right reason. So don't be all mopey about this and saying you're not going to be a paladin anymore. We know you are. Let me ask you something. And she pulls out a dagger and she slices her wrist and starts bleeding. Can you heal me, boy?
Yeah, and he's gonna lay on hands, heal his mom, like, kind of frantically. Yeah.
All right. And that power comes from your god, right?
Yeah.
So what are you worried about? If Theos
You're
hasn't
right.
turned his back on you, it doesn't matter. You're a paladin of Theos, right? You're a paladin of St. Eligius.
Right.
No matter what. And you're my boy, and you're a big, strong dwarf. You're the best of the best dwarves out there. So you go out there, and you keep your head high, and you stay positive about this. You're a Silverbeard. You understand me? Whatever's happened, you did it for the right reason. I know that. Your dad knows that. So you know that as well.
Okay. I'm Margraine Silverbeard, Paladin of St. Eligius.
No, say it like you're proud of yourself.
I'm Margraine Silverbeard, Paladin of St. Eligius.
That's right. The best dwarf in the world.
Thank you, Mom. You always know how to make me feel better.
That's right. All right. Well, you need to get down there and take care of what you need to take care of. And it's lovely seeing you again, Zalara. And you two, Hibonite and Big Men, it's always great to see you. Thank you for not breaking any furniture. And
Thank you once again for your hospitality.
Absolutely. And you have a lovely baby. And it was nice to
Thank
meet you,
you.
Von Hava.
Okay.
We'll see you again soon.
We will, Mother. We'll see you again soon.
I'm just gonna hug her because I like
Oh.
Tordred.
And she
She's the
hugs you
best.
back.
Thanks, Tordred. You're wonderful.
Aw, you are too. You and my boy are going to make beautiful babies.
I think Kim was drinking right then.
I picked the wrong time to drink my water.
Oh.
All right, so where are you heading first?
Crinkle Falls first, right?
I think so, right?
Is that on the way?
Okay, so all right, you guys are on the road to Kringle Falls. Nothing really happens the first day. Is there anything you guys would want to talk about or anything of that nature?
Well, Margraine, after, he had a rough couple of days before that, but he's feeling a lot better now after talking to Hibonite and his mom. He would kind of pass on some information he may have forgot to before. Like he would definitely talk to Magnar on the road and tell him about there's a siege going on at Tick's End, is it?
Edge.
Yeah. And that his friend Dunsmuir and that Dunsmuir is actually part of the siege at the college, which is kind of important. It's being besieged by Murat Hall and his army.
Oh no.
Yeah.
How far is that from here?
It's at the other end of the country. It's near the Western Wildlands?
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's right on the border.
It's right on the border of the Western Wildlands. I think where you're from. Where you're from?
Was Tuck's Edge where I met Dunsmuir? Is that
No.
the whole thing? Oh,
No.
Okay.
That's just where he went after, because you met him not too far from where you guys are right now, just a little bit further north.
Okay.
And so no, that's just where he went afterwards.
Got it.
Yeah, it's almost as far west as you can get.
That is not good. I had hoped we might seek shelter with him, if nothing else.
Yes. I don't know. It's pretty concerning with all of this going on at the moment. I don't know quite what to make of it.
There has to be a safe place. The baby cannot grow up on the road.
Well, I'm Kringle Falls is our first stop on the way south, and Kringle Falls has been good to me, so we'll see.
Even with everything that's going on with your church.
I've done some introspection, and I think we'll be okay. I have to have faith that we'll be okay, or at least Saint Eligius will be okay. I believe that we'll do the right thing.
So is this something that you're this conversation just to Magnar, or are you including everyone?
I think I would just be telling Magnar straight off the bat, and then I think I would go and kind of tell everybody, because he's the one who cares about Dunsmuir. So I thought he should know about it. But if everybody wants to be included in it, I think that's fine too. I don't mind. I don't think I said that at the beginning.
So who's this Dunsmuir?
He is a paladin of St. Eligius.
Or he's St. Eligius, right? I can't remember what I wrote. Yeah, he is. He has to be.
He helped me after our caravan was attacked. He brought me back to health.
Oh,
And set me on the path to find Vadhava.
okay.
And that's how I met Margraine and Hibonite.
Oh, right, on that. Okay, in the wagon train kind of thing.
Yes. He met me on the road, actually heading back to Kringle Falls. He was sent to meet my our Archbishop Ulysses.
Okay.
But with all that's going on, it seems things are getting pretty interesting. Murat Hall seems to be he's besieging a city. That's a lot.
Do
Oh.
you know what this Tuck's Edge is?
There's a college there, right? There's a college.
No, it's the furthest most colony out west in Thalmer.
Okay.
It's right on the edge of the Western Wildland. So it's just the furthest west settlement. So it's kind of an important place, but it is, one of those places where it's kind of verging on colonization sort of thing, where they're breaking into that area. So that's
It's the
really
western frontier of the kind of
Would it be in
country.
like the woods area?
basically it's right on the edge of that. Yeah.
Would Zalara know that from her patrols?
Yeah. I mean, yeah.
Okay. So it's a small kind of colonization settlement thing, right? Relatively. Yeah, I know Tuck's Edge. It's really close to my homeland, actually. I haven't been there in a very long time, but they when I left, they seemed to be doing well. It was a colony kind of in the woods. My mom didn't like them very much, but they were okay.
I see. Okay.
Why did you not like them? Are they rough people?
Well, no, my mom was part of the group that 500-ish years ago now maybe 6. She and a group of various magic people helped to help protect my hometown, Sin in Nore. I don't know what all magics they used, but it's really, really hard to find if you don't A, have permission to be there, and B, know what you're looking for. And even if you do know what you're looking for, sometimes you miss it. So, yeah, she doesn't like people coming close to them at all. I used to patrol that area.
If a place so far out of the way is not safe, Hibonite, are you sure your people haven't been found?
My people don't get that many visitors. I can't think of a safer place.
Very well, if Dunsmuir is not around.
Well, all I ask is that you see it. If you and Valhalla aren't happy, we can try and find somewhere else, but I can't think of a safer place.
I would appreciate that.
And so, is there anything else you guys like to say?
I think that's it. I think everybody's pretty caught up.
Okay. As you guys make the rest of the travel, there's really not much. Surprisingly, you don't really come across anyone over the next few days. The only thing that happens of any significance, Magnar, is Vadhava tells you a little bit about herself that you didn't know. She tells you how she was actually... all the royal children have to go and serve in the military, usually in secret at some point in time. So she and her sister were assigned to Princess, now Queen, Alanya in the past. So she actually knew her during that time and was her bodyguard. So she lets you know, you're fiery one, you're fiery friend. I don't want to say anything out there since he's being generous now, but I don't trust him. I might feel a little bit more comfortable if we go to Kalendor.
Do I know where Kalendor is? Or is that kind of off my radar?
You've heard it mentioned a few times. It's the capital of Daelmer.
Daelmer. Is that the country we're in? Okay.
We've only been doing this like a year.
Yeah. Okay.
If she would be safe there, but I am not...
Wait, Brommel is from Kalendor, right?
Yep. Yeah. Okay. He's the head of he's the head general of the army.
Yep.
I have made a very powerful enemy in the Kalendor structure. I would probably not be safe. My child, maybe less so.
Who's that?
General Brommel.
And her face gets very tight, and she just kind of nods her head and says, well, it's something that we can discuss. And so you guys continue your trip, and as I said, you don't even see any travelers on the road. Over the next few days, it's completely uneventful. Some of the most easygoing days you guys have had in months. As you're traveling down the trail, you start to hear some noises that you're not expecting. Actually, Magnar and Hibonite, you might find it somewhat familiar because it's a lot of yelling and kind of rabble-rousing sound. You think it reminds you of when you first came here and the tournament was going on. As you crest over the hill that looks down on Kringle Falls, you can hear the sound of the waterfall coming. And you look and you see the town of Kringle Falls is completely surrounded by the Red Soldiers. The walls, which were short and obviously not for defenses, have had wooden walls built on top of them that are supposed to be obviously there to actually defend the city a bit. And above you, a shadow forms, covering you. You hear the of wings as a very large black dragon comes flying toward the town. And we'll call the session there. Thanks for listening to episode 37, Children of Love and Libations. I hope you all enjoyed this episode and storyline. We're thrilled with the way the characters have developed over the storyline, and finding out their history and really working through that together has been a lot of fun. Also, the questions that come up from this: is Magnar going to stay with the group, or is he going to leave and stay as a father and kind of a pseudo-husband? Will Margraine get out of his emo phase? I don't know. It hasn't happened yet, but stay tuned, and I guarantee we'll find out together. While you're waiting to see if the crew will become a dragon barbecue, make sure to check out LCP D&D. It's an amazing actual play with a twist, and it starts with action, which I am a huge fan of. I personally recommend it.
I'm Special Agent Fox Mulder of the FIA. I've lived and worked in Farport my whole life, and sure, it's been dangerous. We've dealt with organized crime, murderers, lunatics with magic items, even vampires. But support from the agency was always right around the corner. But next assignment for me and my partner Tom It's going to take us far away from here. Outside the Imperium, even. Once we get out there, there's no calling for backup. Once we get to Fillmore's Crossing, it's the Wild West.
LCP D&D is an actual play podcast put on by the boys of the Lost Context podcast. Our adventure right now takes place in a Wild West world with cowboys, magic, and an all-original soundtrack. Listen in by searching for LCP D&D on iTunes, Google Play, Podbean, Stitcher, Castbox, or Spotify.
If you enjoy what we do, please leave us a review on Apple Podcasts, Stitcher, Google Play, or whatever podcast app you use. It helps us out so much, and we will read any 5-star review that we receive, like this one from LCP Tim. Beholder's Eye is a great show. Full stop. The characters are interesting, quirky, see Beardless Dwarf, and well fleshed out. Alex is a fun and exciting DM as well. The chemistry at this quote-unquote table is amazing. Do yourself a favor and check these folks out. Thanks, LCP Tim. We really appreciate it. If you want some more of that sweet Sam Canary action, be sure to check out episode 35 of Thread Raiders. It's called The Birth of the Melted Minis YouTube channel. I'm sure you'll have a good time. Be sure to check us out on Twitter at BeholdersIPod and our website, beholdersicast.com. You can follow Ryan, who plays Hibonite, at DuffDuff3rd, Ben, who plays Magnar, at Miro4D2, Kim, who plays Alara, at Metzgirl, and Sam, who plays Margaret, at Samsalot007. Editing performed by Sam Canary. Music and effects editing by Benjamin Floyd. Also, we haven't done this in a while, but I really enjoyed it, so I figured why not bring it back. If you have made it this far in the episode, be sure to hit us up with #4life. Thanks, and we'll see you next week. All music by INCOMPETECH, Magic Forest, Frozen Star, Teller of Tales, Lost Frontier, Reawakening, Bittersweet, Silver Flame, Curse of the Scarab, and Our Journey Begins, all by Kevin MacLeod and Incompetech.com. Licensed under Creative Commons by Attribution 3.0 license, creativecommons.org/licenses/by/3.0/. All sound effects by Zapsplat.com. Please check the show notes for further details.